If there's one thing I want to do with this channel, it is to remind everyone as much as I can to eat healthy. I'm talking all of your proteins, your carbs, your fats, all your essential amino acids, all of your omega-3, all of your omega-6, all your magnesium, all of your phosphate, your polysaccharides, your disaccharides, your Masahiro saccharides, and of course all of your essential vitamins. Make sure you're getting all of your vitamins every day so you can grow big and strong like I want you to. Side note, what exactly are vitamins? Like, I get that vitamins are these things that we need to eat to stay healthy, but, like, what are vitamins? Like, first off, they don't have names. Like, vitamin A, for example. You know when scientists discover something, how they usually give it a name? Like iron or gravity? No, this is just vitamin A, as in, like, the first vitamin in a list of continued vitamins, whatever they're supposed to be. Then there's vitamin B, but there's not just vitamin B, there's also vitamin B3, B6, B12. For some reason, vitamin B isn't just one vitamin, it's like a subgenre of vitamins. And it's like, what are vitamins, like, physically? Like, where do they come from? Like vitamin C, for instance. Do you know where you get vitamin C? Oranges. Vitamin D. Do you know where you get vitamin D? The sun. People have to go outside and just, like, photosynthesize for a while in order to make sure they're getting enough vitamin D, the fourth vitamin. Vitamin E is untrustworthy. At the point in any lettered list where you get to the letter E, that list has gone on too long. And then there's just vitamin K. Like, for some reason they just decide to skip a bunch after E and then just go straight to K. And then, like, that's it. We just go A, B, C, D, E, K. Like, that's it. That's all of the vitamins. Congrats, guys. We found them. Every vitamin. Every single one. But do you know who probably ate all of their vitamins? Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is, of course, the wrestler from the 1980s, one of the biggest personalities in the wrestling scene. Most famous for his signature move, the elbow drop, I think it was. Or maybe it was something else. Look, I'm not gonna pretend that I know anything about wrestling. I don't. But we're not here to talk about wrestling. We are here to talk about many of Hulk Hogan's other adventures. Because he isn't just bound to the wrestling ring. Not in the slightest. He has made movies, he has his own restaurant, and what we'll be looking at today is in 1992, he made his debut as a rapper. Rap was, of course, in the 90s, a fairly established genre at this point, and that made a lot of people want to get in on the genre themselves. And that's why 1992, the same year as Dr. Dre's The Chronic, saw the release of Hulk Rules by Hulk Hogan and the Wrestling Boot Band. Don't ask me why it's named that, because I don't know. So here's the album cover, if you want to get yourself familiar with the experience that we're about to go through. Now, I said Hulk raps on this album, and that is true, but this isn't only a rap album. This is a collage of rap music, of hard rock, and some Beach Boys ripoffs here and there. Being honest, it does kind of feel just like a cash-in on the popularity of Hulk Hogan. Case in point, Hulk isn't really even there for most of the songs. All of the hard rockin' sort of hair metal-y type music is handled exclusively by the Wrestling Boot Band. They have different vocalists doing the more sung performances. I imagine they didn't want Hulk Hogan's voice over these tracks, mainly for the reason that he sounds like he's gargling rocks.
1 year ago, brother, me and the Macho Man were as one.
Which makes his timbre a little less suited for hair metal, but a little better suited for rap music. I say better, but not good. None of this is good. The song we'll be looking at to get a taste of what Hulk Hogan's rap career was like will be the song Beach Patrol, which was the lead single to this album.
I was walking down the beach, looking for some action, had my radio set on a rap station.
Okay, that's a good enough place to start it. A rap station. Now I have the lyrics here, and they say that the line is actually, had my radio set on a rap rock station. But what I also have is ears that are listening to this song. I am not hearing him say rap rock. I am hearing him say rap.
On a rap station. station.
So, I mean, maybe they could have done another take of that line, but I feel like that might be a little bit too much to ask of Hulk Hogan and the wrestling boot band's Beach Patrol.
Saw a girl in trouble, a sticky situation. She wanted me to give her mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
She wanted me to give her mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. This must be a metaphor for kissing, for if she needed literal mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, she would be unconscious and therefore unable to request it. Wow, what a great read. So I think the first thing anybody will notice about the lyrics of this song is that Hulk Hogan is just crap at telling a narrative. Like, take verse 2, for instance. At the same time that he's cruising down the beach, checking out the action, with his radio rocking to a heavy metal station, he's also putting on some shades, trying to catch some rays, so suntanning while cruising down the beach, while also catching the lifeguard messing with his babe. You know, if he's walking down the beach and suntanning, how does he have time to catch the lifeguard messing with his babe? Also, why was his babe not walking down the beach / suntanning with him, you know, if they're really that close to each other? I would also like to point out, suntanning to heavy metal music. You know, good music to get a tan on to. So we get this brief interlude where this lady says, whoop there it is, whoop there it is. Which is interesting to me because these two just met, you know, he was walking down the beach and he saw this girl, he gave her mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, and now they're already boyfriend and girlfriend. He even says it in another line, whoop there it is, check it out, check it in, you'll be 6 feet deep if you touch my girlfriend, which is fine. I'm glad that they're able to be exclusive to one another. This is just a level of commitment that I wasn't expecting from Hulk Hogan's Beach Patrol. Speaking of which, what is the Beach Patrol? Is Hulk Hogan himself just the Beach Patrol, or is it him and his girlfriend, or is there just a flurry of dudes with him all patrolling the beach, all suntanning together to heavy metal music? And what do they do? Again, looking at these lines, you know this homeboy could lose control, you just don't mess with the Beach Patrol. Another one, very unique rhyme scheme here. Take it from me, don't lose control. You're gonna have to deal with the Beach Patrol. It seems that all that the Beach Patrol do for the entirety of the song is just go around vaguely threatening people and then just throwing parties. Which I guess, yeah, might as well if you're on the beach. Good on you, Beach Patrol, keeping the beach safe and the parties a-happening. Last thing I want to mention on this track is the use of the words whoop there it is. This is, of course, an homage to the earlier tag team song, Whoop There It Is. They instead just kind of butcher it to say Whoop There It Is.
Whoop there it is, check it out, check it in.
And then on the outro to this song, Hulk Hogan takes it a step further by changing it to Whoops There It Is.
Whoop there it is, whoop there it is, whoop there it is.
Pump it up, pump it up, pump up the bass. Hey girlfriend, yo dudes. Somebody call 911. I like to think of Whoops There It Is as the general philosophy underpinning this album. You know, Hulk Hogan wanted to make some money by making a rap album, and so he got into the studio, recorded some lines, and whoops, there it is. But Hulk Hogan was not the only wrestler to have a rapping career, which brings us to the centerpiece of this video, one Mr. Macho Man Randy Savage. Randy Savage was, of course, a tag team partner of Hulk Hogan's. He was debatably the only personality bigger than Hulk's at the time that they were famous, so it makes sense that he would follow in Hulk's footsteps and try to go rap. And that's exactly what he did on his album Be a Man. Here is the cover of this. However, unlike Hulk Hogan's attempt at rap, which did seem kind of like a shameless cash-in on his success at the time, Macho Man's Be a Man is an earnest attempt by Macho Man Randy Savage to start rapping. Also, unlike Hulk Hogan's work, which was released in 1992, Be a Man was released in 2003 when Macho Man was in his 50s, so I hope that's enough groundwork to establish what we're in for with this album. So of course this album begins the only way it could possibly begin, and that is a sound collage of people saying, Macho Man Randy Savage is rapping?
Yeah, man, I heard it. Macho doing some kind of rap album. I heard Macho doing whack, dude. I can't.
Amongst this flurry of voices is a newscaster, because apparently this is breaking news.
In today's news, Macho Man Randy Savage inks recording contract with Big 3 Records.
Also, one guy who is super not phoning it in.
I heard he's gonna be working on a rap CD. It's gonna be hot. Macho Man is real big overseas. He's the wrestling king.
Macho Man is really big overseas. He's the wrestling king. I like this one line at the end in particular where this guy says,
Yeah, man, I know Macho Man. Is that dude still alive?
yeah, Macho Man, is that guy still alive? I like this line in particular because it hits on something a little bit too real. Like this guy saying, yeah, Macho Man, is that guy still alive? You know, he's getting real old now. Are you sure it's the best idea for him to be making a rap album? To me, this line is just that last shining fragment of common sense just exiting the building as we are now plunged headfirst into 40 actual minutes of a Macho Man Randy Savage rap album. And oh god, is that too long of a time to be listening to Macho Man Randy Savage rap. Now, to describe the sound of Macho Man's voice, this album is a real feat of strength, because he appears to have recorded the entire thing while in the middle of lifting very heavy furniture.
Macho Man Randy Savage, the true deep warrior. Critics are ignoring you, related to euphoria. People in the streets say, Randy, you the illest. You're one of the realest, so it's not hard to feel this.
Oh, Macho Man is back! Now, could you tilt the couch sideways? We need to get it through this door frame. The lyrical aspect of this album seems to be centered around only one theme, that being Macho Man saying, hey, I was a wrestler, but check it out, now I'm a rapper.
I'm the wrestling king, but now I'm spitting lyrics. I'll crush you in the ring as well as the stage. Your first wrestling MC will be my claim to fame. But now I flip the script. I'm rapping on the mic, but don't get it twisted. I'm always down to fight.
You know, in the wrestling ring, I'll get up and slam ya, but now with the mic in my hand, I'll jam ya. You know, I used to be a wrestler and I have 5 concussions, but that's nothing compared to how I ride percussions. Honestly, that is mostly what we get on this album lyrically from Savage. It's just kind of him rapping about being a wrestler. It's not as outrageous as I was hoping it would be. There are funny lines here and there. I quite like this one line on the song, It's a Macho Thing. The song is about him being in a club and all these girls coming around him, giving him attention, and hey, I guess it's just a macho thing. But there's this one girl he describes being in the club as, quote, shaking her thing like it's the end of the world.
Shaking her thing like it's the end of the world.
What does that mean? Just the end of the world. Just panicked, just screaming. This distressed woman in a club. The end is near! We're all gonna die! Not even shaking her ass, it's shaking her thing. Maybe she just has this weird, like, nondescript thing that she's just shaking.
Shaking her thing like it's the end of the world.
Other than that, though, the lyrics on this album are mostly just kinda mediocre. However, there is still a lot to unpack with this album, like the song Hit the Floor with DJ Cool.
DJ Cool with my man, Macho Man, Randy Savage. We gon' show it off.
If you don't know, DJ Cool was a big rapper in the 90s. He had the hit song Let Me Clear My Throat. And similarly, Hit the Floor is sort of another club banger, party jam, but with the added benefit of Macho Man Randy Savage just weirdly ad-libbing over the whole thing.
From the floor to the ceiling, DJ Cool rock the whole damn building.
Yeah.
Get your hands in the air if you ready for the night. You ain't the party by yourself, or party all alone.
All alone.
I don't know, it still gets me pretty hype.
Say I
I
am.
am.
Now say your name.
My name is Alex,
Say where you come from.
Toronto.
Scream.
Another important thing to note about this album, I feel, you might have noticed already. You see this album cover? Look closely at the bottom right corner, and you'll find, yes, those are some very manly skinny jeans, but also, there's no parental advisory sticker. Macho Man doesn't swear once during this entire album. I don't really know if that's down to the contract that he had or just personal choice. It does seem like he wanted to swear at least a little on this album because there are a lot of lines about kicking butts and not taking any
Everybody wants to talk. I heard it all before. Take it from you jump to something I don't allow. Hey, burning like flames. I'm kicking butts and taking names.
I'm kicking butts and taking names. That's a threat. I guess it would be weird if Macho Man did come out just saying, "I'm Macho Man and I'm rapping. What's up, fuckers?" So I guess maybe it's not the weirdest thing that he doesn't swear, but I find it kind of funny. Honestly, there really isn't a reason for him to swear anyway. It's not like he's making a diss track or something. Oh hey, what do we have here? It's the title track of this album, Be a Man, a diss track aimed at former tag team partner and wrestling buddy, Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hulkster, whatever they call you. I'm coming after you, you coward.
Apparently Macho Man did have some serious beef with Hulk Hogan at the time of this album's release, so this song probably requires the most analysis because it is clearly the one where he has the most to say, like Hulk Hogan being a chump,
Man, you's a chump.
and a punk,
'Cause you're a real big punk.
and also a punk,
'Cause Hulk Hogan is a real big punk.
and Hulk Hogan's also a chump.
Boy, you's a chump.
It's not just that, however, there is more to this song. Apparently Hulk Hogan backed out of some charity wrestling event, which is pretty scummy behavior. I understand why Randy Savage is upset over that. Also, there's just a lot of, manly man trash talking.
I think it damn Hulk Red, you set it off. Set it off. Used to be hard Hulk, now you done turned soft.
He calls out Hulk Hogan's movies as being bad and trash. Well, Randy Savage was in Spider-Man.
Your movie straight to video, the box office can't stand. While I got myself a feature role in Spider-Man.
Macho Man also calls Hulk Hogan out for calling his dad one time on the phone.
You called my dad up on the phone, man, you's a chump.
Stop calling my dad, Hulk. I'm in Spider-Man, you punk. There's also this surprisingly intimate threat where he says, "I'ma kick ya in the butt and wash your mouth out with soap."
You're at the end of your rope, and I'ma kick you in the butt and wash your mouth out with soap.
Just the thought of Macho Man actually doing that, just kicking Hulk Hogan in the butt and then just like, "Come here." Just like a weirdly intimate diss for a rap song. So according to an article that I read about this album, Randy was genuinely hoping that this would revitalize his career. He went to CD signings for this thing, but ultimately this album ended up flopping because it was a Macho Man Randy Savage rap album. I understand fully why this didn't sell out store shelves. I just want to close this segment out by reading the last line on the Randy Savage Wikipedia page that mentions this album. Quote, "Savage promoted Be a Man with a concert tour featuring Bryan Adams and his bodyguard Ron Harris as touring manager. During this time, the development of a second album was already in progress, with Savage exclaiming, 'We are absolutely gonna have more records.' No further albums were released." So I want to close this out by focusing on the rap career of a third 80s muscle man, and who I chose to end this video with is, of course, Mr. T. Now, Mr. T has never released a formal rap album. However, in 1984, he did star in a Mother's Day television special where, amongst other things, he performed a rap song about how you should respect your mom. So to close out this video, we're going to be taking a look at Mr. T's Treat Your Mother Right. So we cold open on this scene of a grown woman just insulting a child.
12? You couldn't be more than 5.
You're so fat they have to jack you up to take off your shoes.
So right off the bat, things are very heated, and the insults only get worse from there.
Yeah, well, you're so skinny your eyes are in single file.
But then when this woman tries to throw a Yo Mama joke into the mix, that's when Mr. T has something to say.
Your mama is
Hold
so...
it, wait a minute. Don't bring anyone mother into this. She ain't here. If it wasn't for your mother, you wouldn't be here. So remember, when you put down one mother, you put down mothers all over the world.
And that's just it. That's just how the song starts. He just says that, and then the two walk away. As the camera zooms out to reveal some backup singers and some fabulous culottes, and then we get into the song proper.
Treat her right, treat your mother right. Treat her right, treat her right.
So the first thing I want to mention with this song is its beat.
Mother, there is no other like mother, so treat her right.
And I want to demonstrate how much effort went into this beat, so I'm going to play it for you right here on the piano. It's a masterpiece. But then Mr. T gets into the rapping itself, where he spells out the word mother and says a nice thing for every letter.
M is for the moan and the miserable groan from the pain that you felt when I was born.
You know, very nice sentiment. It's a good song with a good message. Maybe in a song about respecting your mother, don't bring up imagery of the most distressed and painful moment of her entire life. Or I guess second most painful if you count actually having to raise my disappointing ass. But going deeper into the lyrics, we encounter a core problem with the song, and that is Mr. T might not be the best guy to deliver this message. Like when he's spelling out the word mother, the last letter R is that she taught me respect, and for the room up in heaven that I know she'll get. It's a very sweet message, it's a very nice thing to say. Coming out of Mr. T's mouth, it sounds like a threat.
And for the room up in heaven that I know she'll get.
For the room up in heaven that I know she'll get. Again, in these lyrics, she's a queen, second to none. Take care of mother, you only get one.
Take care of mother, you only get one.
It sounds like Mr. T is gonna hurt my mom. Like, that's not nice. That's not very respectful. Anyways, we get for the rest of this video just examples of how to respect your mom, like go on a tandem bike ride with her, or give her a gift, and whoa, that's not actually the gift, aha, don't worry mom, I just got this other thing for you too. And it's all very nice, and we all have a good time respecting our moms, and then at the end of the video, the screen flips around, and this lady just says, be somebody.
Be somebody.
And then she just, like, folds out of existence. And that's it. That's how they ended the video. That's over. That's Mr. T's mom song. Just this lady comes by, says, be somebody.
Be somebody.
And then just exits our mortal plane.
Stood making sure I had something to eat.
That is it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like this video if you liked the video. Hit subscribe if you want to subscribe. Turn on the bell if you want to turn on the bell. That would be awfully nice of you. Remember to always eat your vitamins. Don't mess with the Beach Patrol. Don't make rap albums when you're 50. And most importantly, be somebody.
I'm talking about the former Intercontinental Champion of the world, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Nothing.
Nothing means nothing. Nothing means nothing. What do you mean by that?